So, Phil Campbell, you'll be here in September with the Bastard Sons,
That's correct. Yeah.
playing the best of Motorhead. Has it been hard to frame the set lists?
Um, we're going to be playing our own numbers as well. We're going to do a mixture of stuff.
Okay.
You know, we always play some Motorhead stuff in the set anyway because people want to hear them songs as well. So we haven't quite worked out the full set list yet, but I'm sure everyone. Well, I'm hoping everyone will go away very happy from the shows. So let's put it that way.
Yeah, I was just looking at a set list in August from the UK. I think it was a festival and it was all Motorhead, I think. But yeah, it's great that you're putting some Bastard Son songs in there too.
Yeah. We'll mix it up. We'll mix it all up.
Yeah. And do you change it from night to night just to keep it interesting for yourselves?
Um, Usually for a tour, we'll basically stick to the same set. We may change one or two songs, or maybe change the order of the songs. But we've just been this year been the 50th anniversary of Motorhead. That's why we've done a few more extra Motorhead shows. We thought I didn't want to go bypass this year without doing my own, special thing for
Yeah.
the band for Motorhead. Like so, next year we'll be back. We'll be back playing our sets. Will be like nearly all our songs, a couple of Motorhead ones thrown in. We'll be doing the new albums shortly. We should get that out sometime late next year, hopefully. So there's plenty to keep me busy.
Yeah. So how far into that album are you?
Well, we've just roughly recorded 8 songs just so we don't forget them. Basically, they're not up to studio standard. We just played them. We played them in a rehearsal situation and put some microphones there. So we've got a lot of work to do on it yet.
Yeah.
But it's been a while since the last album, so I'm looking forward to getting back into studio mode. It's a different vibe than playing live.
Yeah.
We've done so many live shows the last couple of years as well. It would be great to get really creative in the studio again.
Yeah. And how much contribution from your sons is there in the songwriting aspect?
Oh, a lot. Especially Todd, our other guitarist, my eldest son. He he probably writes the bulk of material. Then myself, I'll come in with a few songs, but we change them around. Sometimes Todd will just have a one riff, or I'll have one riff, and then we try and build around that. Or I'll come in with a almost completed song, and Todd will come in with a nearly completed song or half a song, and then the drummer then drums works out a nice cool drum patterns and what we can do. And Tyler, the bass player, he comes up with some cool bass riffs as well. So it's everyone contributes immensely to the final product.
Yeah. What do you like in the studio? Are you fussy with your guitar takes, or do you like to get them down in one or two?
Um, I always, I've always thought best to keep the tape running for the first one if I'm trying to do a solo, because the majority of my solos I don't work out.
Right.
I just go for it. And when you play into the over the particular section of music for the first time, it's so fresh. So I always say keep the tape running then, because a lot of times that's the best one. Because when you've done it once, when you do a second take, it just feels like, oh, even though it's not old, it just seems like, oh, I've done this before. So it's good to know that you don't know where it's going to take you, if that makes any sense,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
But other times I have ideas and I work out complete solos, but not that often. But Todd has his own studio close to where we live, so we can go down anytime. Really, he's busy recording other bands, and making albums down there with other artists as well. But I feel comfortable down there as well. I know I have full. Todd's an amazing producer and an audio engineer. He has great ears. So and a lot of my equipment's down there, so I know what I've got there, and I feel at home there. There's no pressure. We haven't got to pack up early because there's another band coming in, which has happened in the past.
Yeah.
With Motörhead at times, it's pretty relaxed there.
Yeah. Cameron Webb produced a lot of the Motorhead albums. What was he like in the studio? Or did he have a specific method?
Well, we used to give him a hard time. Um, Cameron was great. Like, he put up with a lot of shit with us, and he stuck with us for all them albums. He would try to push us as much as he could. We did have a few arguments now and again, but I think that goes with any producer, really, trying to get the best out of a band.
Yeah.
It's not an easy job,
Yeah.
really. It's never, nothing ever goes when there's artists involved. Nothing ever goes like plain sailing, really.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. I have fond memories of working with Cameron on them albums, for sure.
Yeah. You were very new, I think, to Motorhead when you did that TV show, The Young Ones. What are your memories of that day? Was it a long day?
I can't remember that much about it, actually. We did it obviously in the BBC TV centre. Um, the young ones people they were around at the time, so we got to meet them, I think, for the first time. And afterwards in the bar, I can remember Lemmy talking to, I think it was Noddy Holder from Slade, maybe, and Roy Wood from Wizard,
Yeah.
and me and Mercer were there. We didn't have much to say, really, and they're talking about this and that. And Lem turned around and he said, "Don't worry, lads, in a few years, you'll have plenty more stories to tell yourselves." But I can't remember that much about the day. I was probably too overawed by it all because I was a big fan of the young ones, and it was groundbreaking when it came on.
Oh yeah.
It's still pretty cool to watch nowadays as well. I think it's aged slightly, but it's still funny.
Yeah. We've
You
all
know,
aged, all age, mate.
yeah. And there was only ever 12 episodes of that, so
Yeah.
to be on one of them episodes is really special.
Yeah. Lemmy was one of the most respected musicians in the musician world for many reasons. But who did Lemmy respect?
Uh, his favorite was Little Richard.
Yeah.
I think Little Richard and Lemmy are the two main essences of rock and roll. Lem didn't go in for a lot of this technical. He used to call it fiddly diddly sort of guitar playing. He respected people who did it, but it wasn't for him. Lem liked to stamp his feet, and he loved the Eagles as well. We used to attempt to sing Eagles harmonies, me and him, in the back lounge of the bus on many occasions, and the Bee Gees and ABBA. I wish we had some recordings of me and Lem trying to recreate them bands in the back lounge of the bus.
Yeah.
They'd be hilarious, yeah. Well, we did quite good, actually, trying to duplicate the harmonies. The Bee Gees got a bit difficult now and again, obviously, but yeah, he liked Skunk and Nancy was another band he loved.
Okay.
With a lot of melodic stuff going on there and riffs.
Yeah. After you joined Motorhead, do you remember the first time you ever got recognized in the street?
No, I don't. Actually. No, I can't remember. No,
Was
I still get recognized when I go to supermarkets. Sometimes somebody every 5 or 6 visits, somebody will come up and ask for an autograph, or I say I saw you playing so here or there, whatever. but it's hardly like Michael Jackson sort of fame.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Um,
just stick a baseball cap on and some dark glasses, and hopefully you can get your shopping done pretty quickly.
who's the most surprising person who turned out to be a Motorhead fan?
Um, I don't know about surprising. I believe Billy Connolly once said we were his favorite band. The great Scottish comedian.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure actually. Surprising. That's a good question.
Uh,
I haven't really got a good answer for that one.
yeah. Um,
Maybe the Pope is. I don't know, but he's kept quiet about that.
I'm sure he is deep down, yeah. Yeah, there's the classic statue of Lemmy at the Rainbow in LA, and a new one just got unveiled in the UK a few months ago. When you were a speaker at the unveiling, it must give you a great deal of satisfaction that people still hold the guy in such high regard.
Yeah, well, he deserved it. He was such a unique character, you know, and he he was honest. He was honest. Um, he was an honest person, an honest player, and I don't know. It just the vibe about him. He was so unique. There'll never be another one like Lem. You know, we loved meeting the fans and everything. And the music was inspired so many bands as well. And you know, he stuck to his guns. He wouldn't compromise for anyone. His lyrics were amazing, although in the music business, very well underrated. I think
Mm,
his lyrics are absolutely incredible. Just all round. You know, he was always reading a book, and he had his personal gambling machine in the dressing room where he'd win his own money back. I'd often go into his dressing room and give him my loose change, and he'd give him like 5 coins or 10 coins, whatever I had lying around, and he'd stick them in. And that's just what he enjoyed. And there won't be another character like Lem
yeah,
coming around anytime soon. But yeah, it's great that he's honoured and remembered, and yeah, he should be because he was an icon
yeah,
of rock and roll. I think.
yeah. Over the decades that you've played in Motorhead, do you think there's one track that best captured your guitar playing at its peak?
Uh, I think probably the one I'm maybe most proud of is on the original. Just because you got the power, that don't mean you got the right. I think it was on one of the 12-inch singles, the B side or something like that. I think. Yeah, it was good that afternoon. I remember that one. That was good. And then the solo on this track on Inferno called Keys to the Kingdom, I
Yep.
think. Now I worked all that solo out. And I worked it all out from the start. So that was quite unusual for me. And the one on Don't Let Daddy Kiss Me off Bastards. Apparently, I was sleeping when I played that solo. Howard Benson had to wake me up after the solo and tap me on the shoulder. Said, "Great job, Phil." Because I used to nod off sometimes. It'd be so intense, and we'd be working for so long in the studio. I used to nod off,
Yeah.
and I'd be in a different zone.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
how many guitars will you bring down to Australia and which ones?
Um, well, I won't be bringing that many down because the airlines will be charging us for each guitar and everything. I'll probably bring about 4 down,
Yep.
uh, 2 or 3 Les Pauls and maybe another guitar myself.
Yeah.
That should be enough.
Yeah. And playing in front of the Marshall stacks for so long, how's your hearing these days?
Well, it's not good. I went for a hearing test about 4 years ago when I went for a hearing aid, which I no longer wear. Um, and he said, Mr. Campbell, for an average person of your age, your rating on a certain scale or whatever should be plus 30. He said, and yours is minus 70.
Wow.
It was profound hearing loss. So I can't hear any high end anymore. I can't hear a watch. I haven't heard a watch ticking for years. I can't hear my phone, a house phone ringing or anything. I can't hear telephones ringing on the TV. I have to have subtitles on the TV. But it's quite good having selective hearing, if you know
Yeah,
what I mean.
it's
I,
a good excuse.
I yeah, I just sit there and go off in my own little world sometimes.
What do you like to do in the half hour before you hit the stage?
Just sit quietly usually. I give up drinking about 7 years ago and all that other business that comes with it. On I may have one can of Diet Red Bull before I go on now, and a banana about 20 minutes before we go on.
Yeah,
I just like to sit there, make sure I'm all got all my stage stuff ready, and just sit on the couch really, and just be quiet and think of the job in hand.
yeah, yeah,
Nothing exciting. Nothing exciting.
yeah. If you had a time machine and could go back to any time in Motorhead's history, where would what era would you go back to?
Probably in the mid 90s,
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun in the mid 90s. We were running around like lunatics in Los Angeles and making great records. I'm a lot younger then, obviously. We had a lot more energy, but it was all a hell of a ride. The entire time with the band. It was a unique band. I was really privileged and honored to be a part of it. You know, it's every kid's dream, really.
yeah,
I asked Lem for his autograph when I was 12 years old, and if somebody had said to me that day, "Oh, you're going to be in a big, world famous band with this guy for over 30 years," I'd look at him and say, are you stupid or what?" But I tell that story just because it can just for people to realize the strangest things can happen. You know,
yeah. Do you know if there were many other guitarists that were auditioned for the job?
I'm not sure actually. I think it was about 80 sent in recordings, and they couldn't decide it between myself and Wurzel. I think either Lem liked Wurzel or Lem liked me, and Phil Taylor liked Wurzel or liked me, and I'm not sure what it was. I never found out, but they decided to go with the two of us then. And
Yeah,
then a few days after that, typical drummer's wisdom, Phil Taylor decided to leave the band straight after the young ones, I think.
yeah.
So I know, typical drummer's timing.
Yeah. With your sons in the band, did you spend a lot of time teaching them guitar growing up, or did they just take to their instruments organically?
They did it themselves, basically. There's 4 years age difference in each of the three boys. There's 4 years apart and 4 years apart. So there's 8 years apart between the three of them. No, no, 12 years apart. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 12 years apart. So there was always music on in our house, and I had a miniature flying V and a little amp there and a little drum kit. And they mess about on that when they were like, each of them, when they were like 3 or 4 or 5. And I just showed them a few chords to start off, and then they did all the rest themselves. And I'm proud to say now I'm the worst musician in the band.
Yeah. So over the years, you would have played some great venues, but in the early days, maybe you might have played under some difficult conditions. Do you remember what the most or the worst conditions you've ever had to play under?
Conditions. I don't know. My monitors caught fire one night, and I had to keep playing. And I was freaking out. I thought electricity and flame doesn't go together.
Was that
And
indoors?
then yeah, we're in the gig. Yeah, we were doing the gig, and my monitor started flaming. I thought I had seconds left to live. We've had ceilings start to crumble because of the volume come down. So there's bits of plaster over everyone and over ourselves. Um, and we played in the rain, like most bands have played in the rain and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But we got through most of it unscathed. I'm happy to say.
Yeah.
We played to 200,000 people, and we've also played in Australia, I might add, to 12 people one night.
Well, yeah. Your solo album, Old Lion Still Roar, you brought together like a who's who of rock vocalists. How did you go about choosing who to work with on each track of that album?
But I had an idea who I would like, who would fit into this whatever track it was, and I called them up. And luckily for me, every single one of them said yes. So I'm really privileged that they all gave up their time and effort for me. The songs are a long time coming. I started writing them on hotel pianos like many years before a lot of the songs. But I'm so proud when I look at the list of the people. Like most of them are my friends, and yeah, they all said yes.
Yeah,
So you can't get better than that, really.
yeah,
And I can't sing very good anyway. I could if I made a bit better effort. Went to some singing lessons, but I can. I've got a confidence to sing like some of these people on the album, obviously. So I thought I better get the best in the business in. You know what I mean? And they all did me really proud.
yeah. Yeah. Are there any other bucket list projects, things in the back of your mind you always wanted to do that you hope to get to one day?
I want to try acting, and I'm going to sign up for just locally. If there's some village. The thing that's put me off is that I'm always away at some point. You know what I mean? I could start acting for a play. It's going to be put on in certain dates, but then I don't know if I'm going to be there for the certain dates because there's gigs coming in all the time.
Yeah,
But I'd like to try my hand at acting, like not in a Hollywood sort of way, but just for a bit of fun for myself. I think I might be half good at it, maybe. I don't know.
yeah,
I'd like to find out either way.
yeah. Do you go to the theatre yourself?
Yeah, I go with my wife. Yeah, we go to see My Fair Lady and things like that, and whatever comes to town. Yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah, it's a chance to dress up a little bit, and watch other people do the work. And a good actor is a wonderful thing to see,
Yeah,
and they're doing it live there, and they don't seem to mess up. The shows I've been to, they've all been brilliant.
yeah. Yeah. What are you most proud of in your music career?
Just the longevity of it, I guess. That's probably the one thing. To still being here after I started playing semi-professionally when I was 13.
Yeah,
So I've been getting paid to play since I was 13. So I've had I'm 64 now, so I've been in the business 51 years myself
Yeah,
now, and winning a Grammy was nice. I never expected to ever win a Grammy. I got a Grammy on my mantelpiece.
yeah.
That was cool, and
Yeah. Were you there to accept?
yeah. My wife flew over and everything. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was the only British ones that had the Grammys. Rod Stewart won his first Grammy that year, and a a band called Basement Jacks.
Oh, yeah.
They won it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we've since had we've had about 5 nominations, but we've only had one win. So I'm quite content with the one win.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Phil, I'll let you go. It's been fantastic to chat, and we look forward to seeing you down here very soon.
And you, Greg. Yeah, it's been nice talking to you, mate. Yeah,
Okay,
come and see us. Come and see us if you're about. Okay.
yeah, for sure. All right,
Okay. Nice one, Greg.
all the best.
All the best. Bye bye.